First and foremost, free the whole world, boss. I am your gracious host, Caspian Montgomery. Welcome, Gaza Nation, to another episode of the Vybz Kartel Show. Today, we will be breaking down the brand new song, WhatsApp, to the Patois, Illiterate, and I don't understand why this song doesn't have more views because, frankly, I can't get the song out of my head. I think it's wonderful, and it's an idea that I don't believe has been done before. So without further ado, teacher, please begin.
Give me your WhatsApp, make me get your number. Faking you with lyrics, me I tell your pussy come here. If you're too shy, send a pussy picture first. Make me compliment your boom boom, fat and it look good.
The king of dancehall begins the first verse by not requesting, not asking, but telling the woman, give me your WhatsApp number. And for those of you who don't know what a WhatsApp is, it is basically a cell phone service for people who have international friends and family members. It's a way to make calls free of charge to Jamaica, to the UK, to Guyana, etc., etc. And then he says he will kill you with the lyrics until your vagina comes. So we all know that World Boss is very slick with his words, and since he is incarcerated and can't physically make this woman orgasm, he's going to do it by, I'm going to assume, whispering sweet nothings into her ear. At least that's how Caspian would try to make a girl have an orgasm. Ladies, tell me if that would work. And then he says, if you're too shy, send just a picture of your hole only, your vagina only. You don't have to have your face in it. Just send the vagina. That is what the boss wants, and frankly, that is what most men would like to see. And then he says he will compliment your poom poom because it's fat and it looks good. And ladies from the UK and America, I don't think they would like to be called fat, but we all men love a fat vagina. This is true. Fat vaginas look wonderful.
With the pic gone, why you delete for everybody here right now?
You know easily not Addy.
Babe, send back the pic, please. Baby, behave. Me love her with shape, and me love her with shape.
Adi, the innocent, then says, where did the pic go? Why did you delete it for everybody? So he's saying, they're having a back and forth, and he's saying, why did you send me the picture of your poom poom and then delete it? I wasn't done admiring it yet. And then he says, here, what now? And she says, you're not easy, Adi. So basically, she's saying that you're asking for too much. I've sent you what you requested, and you still want more. So it's all playful banter when the male and female are speaking back and forth. And then he says, babes, please send back the pic and I will behave, and you must also behave and just send back the pic. I'm not done staring at all of your glory, the needle eye. And then he says he loves how it's shaped and he loves how it's shaved. So this woman must take very good care of her vagina. Maybe she got a Brazilian wax, and it's looking glorious. And he wants the picture back. He doesn't want to just see it and then have it as a memory. He wants to be able to open up and look at the lips and the clitoris and everything that Caspian wishes he could see, but sadly, no woman sends Caspian a poom poom pic.
You fi promise you go send a video when you a beard and bend over like you a soap up your toenail. Don't edit the video, no crap out your face. Come in and tell nobody your video see.
The dancehall hero then tells this woman that she has to promise to send a video when it's her bath time and bend over like you're soaping up your feet, you're soaping up your toenails, but make sure that your bumper is faced towards the camera so Adi can get a full visual of the full moon and the poom poom poking out, covered in suds. That would be very alluring. And then he says, do not edit the video and do not crop out your face. And I believe that is a very clever response all these years later to the queen of dancehall's So Me Like It song, where she said that she would send a picture of her bumper, but she would crop it out.
Oh, me stuck it and a pop it and a wine it and a lap it. Take a picture, your face, snap it, Facebook it, but crop it.
Not that he's saying that specifically to Spice, but that is just a bit of dancehall history, a bit of lore. I believe that is a response lyrically to that line. And then he says, you don't have to worry because he will not tell anybody. Your video is safe in his hands. He won't show any of the other inmates. He won't send it to any of his friends. It's just a personal video of you soaping up before you bathe, fully naked for the teacher.
Don't worry, I got your girl. Come me love you, what me do, why you block me, girl. Any blocker when you check me, pa me block me, girl. You make me uninstall me, WhatsApp me, girl. But me put it back.
Mr. Palmer then says, don't worry, I've got your back. I promise I will not leak those nudes. I will not share it with any of my friends. It is for my eyes only. It's quite a bit of reassurance to do that. I promise that will probably get you some more nudes, Adi. And then he says, because he loves her and he doesn't want her to block him on any social media. And this is just a bit of advice to men out there. If you are lucky enough to receive nudes from a woman, do not share them. Do not leak them. Don't even talk about them. And I promise you will probably get more nudes from that woman. Just a bit of advice. And then he says, any block, he's basically saying he's not checking for anyone else. He doesn't care about anything. The only thing that he's fixated on at this moment is this woman. And if she did block him, it would make him uninstall his WhatsApp. But he did put it back. So he was hurt for a while, and he wanted to just dash away the whole WhatsApp because he wasn't getting exactly what he wanted. And then he put it back. He got his WhatsApp back, and they continued their correspondence. And with that last line, we've reached the end of the first verse.
Give me your WhatsApp, make me get your WhatsApp. Give me your WhatsApp, make me get your WhatsApp. Give me your WhatsApp, make me get your WhatsApp. Give me your.
Gaza Nation. This chorus is very simple, so instead of me having to break down, give me your WhatsApp number, which is just repeated over and over again, but it's quite catchy. I do love the rhythm, and I do love the chorus. I do love a chanting chorus that is very easy to remember. Let me instead tell you, since I've been back and created a new episode of the show, the number one question that I've been asked is, where were you? And I decided that I'll take this time to explain briefly where I was. I got caught up in a little bit of trouble. Tax evasion and money laundering. So I had to do some time in Club Fed. It's when you do a white-collar crime, you go and you can play tennis with the guards, and you get massages. It's not that bad to actually go to prison for a white-collar crime when you have money. It's quite different. So I did my short little stint, and now I'm back to explain the king of dancehall's lyrics to all of the Patois illiterate, because he is the greatest artist of all time. So, thank you for having me back, Gaza Nation. I hope that explanation suffices.
Since me get your WhatsApp, look you want me DP, status of your picture with the heart emoji. About last night is a code when me write, me and you all know, so we keep it a secret.
The boss of all bosses begins the second and final verse by saying, since he's received this woman's WhatsApp, she's the only thing that he DPs, and what DP means is puts as a display picture. So his display picture, instead of the Gaza or Adi himself, he's putting this woman up as his display picture in a sign of reverence. And then he says he's saving all of her pictures with tons of heart emojis. So now he's sending playful messages back and forth filled with smiley faces and hearts and the likes. And then he says, about last night is a code that is only between him and this woman. That only them, they two know. It's a secret between them two, so I don't know what happened last night, but about last night apparently was a fun time for the teacher and this lucky woman.
Everything for you, me a post it, but me status all of me ex them vex, but them can't stop us. Just for the fun, me send a bag of broadcast, things like God bless babes with a brother.
The Pharaoh then says, I like to call this game, he's buttering this woman up. He said, everything is for you. He posts it all on his status, so he's letting the world know that he's in love with this woman strictly. And then he says all of his exes, all of his ex-wives and baby mothers and girlfriends, they're all jealous, they're all mad, but they can't stop us. So he's giving some more reassurance to this woman that his heart is all for her, no one else. And then he says, just on the phone, he sends a bunch of broadcasts, things like God bless babes with a broad ASS. So he's doing phone messages only. He's doing broadcasts specifically for this woman, for all of those who are in the know. He's not going to do a broadcast to the world, but for these special women, he's doing broadcasts, and he's saying that God bless her because she was born with a very, very broad, a very big hindquarters. So he's saying God bless her for that, and I say God bless every woman with a broad bumper.
So the thing set, text like sex, right through the night, you're the best, my pet. Love you, me babe, she say SYS. No play with me, boo, LOL, but I true.
And then he says, so the thing set, text like sex. So he's saying, this is how it is. This is how it will be. We're texting like we are having sex. They're doing some romantic texting back and forth. Some would call it sexting. And then he says, all through the night, you are the best, my pet. And for those of you who did not know, before the teacher was incarcerated, he had a reality TV show called The Teacher's Pet.
Yo, different type of girl from all over the world. Want to be the teacher's pet, and the teacher want teacher get.
So this woman, she's up all night, texting, sexting with the boss while he's incarcerated, and she is now the teacher's pet. And then he says he loves you. He loves you, my babes. And she says, SYS. That means see you soon. And then he says, do not play with me, boo. LOL, laughing out loud, but true. So she's saying see you soon because we all know what's happening with the Privy Council. We all know that the boss is soon to touch road. And then he's saying, don't play with me because I'm not out yet. But I do have faith in the UK system, and it is true. You soon will see me in the flesh. And with that last line, we've reached the end of another Vybz Kartel masterpiece. As always, thank you, Gaza Nation, for the support. It has been a pleasure. And if you've made it this far in the video, let's test you. Tell me what song you want me to cover for the next show, and the most commented song will be the next show. So to all of you who've made it this far, cheers.